What do you say after a loss like that? I mean, I'm almost at a loss for words. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy TK the Official, man. This is TK Sports Talk, where we talk about the NFL, and more importantly, we talk about the Philadelphia Eagles, man. Let's get into it, man. Hey, is it time to push the panic button? Did anybody see this happening? We now know why Gardner Minshew is a backup quarterback. All right? And I'm not going to say no disrespect to Gardner Minshew, because if you feel disrespected, then you feel disrespected. But this is why you're not a starter. This is why you are a backup. You can come in the game and play an awesome game and give a team what they need, especially when no one's prepared for you. They don't know how you're going to be in this offense. But this NFL, 1 week of tape, they come back. They make changes. And we saw today why Jalen Hurts is the MVP. I'm sick. No more of this talk about, is it the team? Is it the system? Is it the quarterback? And for anybody out here who thought that we can just win games with Gardner Minshew and Jalen Hurts can just sit down and just rest his arm or shoulder until the playoff come around and we be just fine. No, man. See, that's not how this game works, man. All right? We all know what the coaches say. This ain't about X's and O's. It's about Jimmys and Joes, baby. Jimmys and Joes. All right? I needed Gardner to be a Jimmy. But he wasn't. This game, how did we not come out and run the ball? Nick Sirianni, Miles Sanders, career year rushing the ball. You go up against the Neworleanssaints team, who's 23rd against the rush, and you don't run the ball. The Saints outrushed us. Let me tell you something. Alvin Kamara got 17 carries. Miles Sanders only got 12. Or 16 carries, however many Kamara got. Miles Sanders only got 12. Taysom Hill carried the ball 14 times. That's 30 runs within itself right there. Miles Sanders runs the ball for 12 times for 61 yards. Quick math really quickly. That is 5 yards a carry. And we stop running. We don't consistently run the ball. We come out 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Gardner Minshew throwing the ball high. He's throwing the ball low to a check down. How do you throw the ball to Boston Scott? If he is so low, Boston Scott, who's already down at 5 foot, he can't even reach down and pick the ball up. All right? This team today was not ready to play. I'm going to just call a spade a spade. Y'all already know. I ain't going to bull jive. I'm going to call it what it is. This is the first time that I saw this Philadelphia football team not ready to play. And I don't know if it's because they thought that this was going to be a rollover game against the Saints. I don't know, because we just got all these different Pro Bowlers on the team. We having all the success all over the place, and all we got to do is just win this one game against the Saints. I don't know if it's because they thought that Gardner Minshew went out to Dallas the other week and looked so good that he could just continue to keep doing this week after week after week, and we were just going to run out there against a team that's actually fighting for a playoff spot. All right? They did what they had to do today to make sure that they had a chance to get into the playoffs. Unfortunately for them, the Bucs won. But they came out ready to play. All right, yeah, we would have had Jalen. This would have been a different game, this, that, and third. But let me talk about if we would have had Jalen. Let me talk about the difference between a starting caliber quarterback and a backup. So your starter, he's not just your best athlete at the position. He is the leader of your football team. He is the pulse of your football team. What did Jalen Hurts say? We must be the thermostats. He's the thermostat. He sets the temperature. That's what he said. All right? You think those guys looked at Gardner Minshew today and had any confidence that they were going to get it done? You think Gardner Minshew's body language out there looked good? It didn't look good at all. You think he says to those guys, hey, we're going to get this done. Follow me. We're going to get this done. I got you. We're going to get this done. No, that's not what happened. All right? It's not what happened at all. All right? And in the second half, luckily for us, this Philadelphia Eagles defense stood up. Because in the first half, it was Swiss cheese. These zones. Jonathan Gannon, I've been trying to all season long, man. I've been going to bat for you. about what kind of coordinator you are and how great of defense this is. But you let two quarterbacks in 2 straight weeks go 15 of 15 passing on you against a zone. We're talking about Dak Prescott and Andy Dalton. I mean, those are two totally opposite ends of the spectrum here. One's a halfway decent to good starting NFL quarterback, and the other one is just playing his last couple seasons until he's out the league. 15 of 15. The offense is playing bad. You can't even give the offense a chance. Saints got 3 and outs. We didn't get any 3 and outs. Luckily for us, we were able to hold the Saints to some field goals. Oh, this game could have got ugly real quick. I mean, I'm just keeping real with y'all. I'm trying not to go all over the place, but this is an instant reaction. I'm not even going through the stats and things like that because I can't understand for the life of me how in a must-win game, the Eagles come out and play like that. I mean, like that. All right? Listen, we got to get back to that running game. There's no way Gardner Minshew could be out here throwing 32 passes. All right? Taysom Hill and Andy Dalton combined for 24 passes. 24. At no point in that game were we in a position where we could not run the ball. At no point. Even down 10-0, even down 13-0. It wasn't like this team was just so good that we couldn't. No, that's not what the case was. So why do we not get to it? It wasn't the case where the Saints was putting 8, 9 people in the box. Because if that was the case, we would have been taking them shots outside. I don't understand for the life of me why we didn't dominate and make this more of a running game, especially when you got Jack Driscoll out there at right tackle. He like to run the ball. He a good run blocking tackle, all right? But let me tell you something. He got his food ate today out there in pass protection. He did. First game coming in and starting, this, that, and the third, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, whatever, all right? Who knows? We know the record without Lane Johnson. We got another L to that record without Lane Johnson again, all right? I mean, take this off, man. I'm getting hot. I don't understand what this team went out there trying to accomplish today. All right. At the end of the first half, now when we only got 1 timeout or 2 timeouts in a couple seconds, now you want to start throwing the ball to the middle of the field. I guess you're trying to establish a rhythm, but it was a little too late at that particular point in time. It just was. Gardner Minshew, listen. Coach Sirianni, you cannot put this quarterback in that type of position to have to go out here and win the game. You cannot put a whole game plan on the back of Gardner Minshew. You can't do that. Where's the screens at? All right, where's the sweep? Just empty out the running plays that you have. You can't run a RPO with freaking Gardner Minshew. You saw the one play they ran, a RPO with Gardner Minshew. The defensive end for the Neworleanssaints just sat there. He looked at both of them. He just waited. Because he knew good and well. He didn't have to make a decision right away because he wasn't worried about Gardner Minshew running the ball. So why even run an RPO? All right? Let's just run the zone read. Let's just give it to Miles and let him work. Let's just get on this offensive line and say, look, we're going to fire off on this ball. We're going to fire off on this ball. We're going to get 4 to 5 yards each and every time. That's what we're going to do. And then we're going to hit them with the play-action pass. Yeah, we got dogs out there. Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, absolute dogs. But it was too late trying to get them in the game plan. All right? It was a little too late. When you saw the Saints sitting on routes and bracketing guys, we already knew, listen, they saw it. They said, look, they're going to make Gardner Minshew throw the ball. They watched the Dallas game. Gardner Minshew threw the ball 30-some-odd times. 40 times he threw the ball. This game, 30-some-odd times. They knew we was going to pass the ball with Gardner Minshew. They didn't worry about the run so much. They got a great running back over there, but they don't run them. We know what they're trying to do. They're trying to pass this ball. 23rd in the league against the run, coach. You outsmarted yourself, Nick. Come on. The game plan should have been simple. Let's get the running game. Let's stay with it. First down, run the ball. Second down, play action. Third and short, run the ball. Run the ball. We don't get it. All right, but let this line fire off. Let Miles get in the flow. Let Kenneth Gainwell get in the flow. Coach, it is coming down to, these are dress rehearsal games here. All right, the playoffs are right around the corner. You know, in a sick, sadistic kind of way, I'm kind of glad that this happened this way. So that the team can go out there and play the last game of the season, full starters out there, and play for some real meaning. Not just to go through the motions, play a little quarter, play a half or whatever, and then sit down. Nah, they got to go out there in a must-win game. Make no mistake about this, ladies and gentlemen. The Eagles must win this last game against the New York Football Giants. How crazy would it be to be the best team the entire year and then end up as the 5th seed and not even the number 1 seed and then not even win your division? Do you understand that is what's at stake right now? Do you understand that? The Philadelphia Eagles, if they do not take care of business in this next game, oh yeah, you better hope Jalen Hurts is fine now, for real. You thought he could have played, you thought we didn't need him, oh you better hope that he's right back to MVP caliber status when he comes back to play against the New York Giants. Because make no mistake about this, ladies and gentlemen, the Philadelphia Eagles are in a must-win situation heading into the playoffs. Must win. I cannot believe, I never would have thought that we would have came out and played this way. I could take a loss to the Saints because we're down our starting quarterback. We're down the heart and soul of this football team. In reality, that's what we're missing. But we came out and was unprepared. Now, in the second half of the game, things looked better. The offense looked a little bit more crisp until it started sputtering out again. Thankfully, we got that big bomb of A.J. Brown. The defender was jostling in position, lost his balance, went out of bounds. A.J. came over, took it, and then took it to the house. But other than that, no real big explosives. All right? Devontae Smith coming up clutch after clutch after clutch. But he could have had even more yards if some of those balls wasn't sailing over his head. All right? Like, defensively, finally, Jonathan Gannon got out of that whack-ass, weak-ass zone that he been playing. It's one. I mean, if you're gonna play a zone, at least play a fire zone, play some trap zones, play something that's not just vanilla. Okay, you cover this area, you cover this area. Like, they understood that. 15-15 was Andy Dalton. But when you started playing man defense and the cornerbacks started challenging these wide receivers, the Philadelphia Eagles started eating. The defensive line started eating to the tune of 7 sacks today. Okay, it was all over Andy Dalton. They were punting and punting and punting. The Saints couldn't get anything going in that second half until Gardner Minshew threw a pick 6. I don't know what happened on that play. AJ didn't even look like he was looking for it. He automatically gave a tell that he was running the slant. Marcus Lattimore came in. Gardner Minshew wound up throwing it. The rest was history. All right? A 13-10 game became 20-10. And that's how the Philadelphia Eagles lost this game, man. All right? That's how we lost this game, man. Bottom line, we need El Capitan to come back. That's the bottom line. We need Jalen Hurts to be back. And anybody who thought Jalen Hurts wasn't the MVP, anybody who thought this team was what this team was with or without Jalen Hurts, I'm sorry that we have to go through a struggle like this for you to see it. But man, Jalen Hurts is the MVP of this football team without a doubt. And we need that man to come back and save the season and get himself ready to go take the Super Bowl, man. Yo, I'm disgusted. We got out-coached. We got outplayed. We got out-coached and we got outplayed. I struggled a little bit with the outplay part because in the second half, we played really well. All right? And even in the first half, we didn't have such poor play from the quarterback position. This game could have been way different, but it wasn't. But we definitely got out-coached. All right? Now, understand. Listen, man. This is a must-win game against the New York Football Giants, a division game at that. Who would have thought that would have came down to this? How do you feel going into the game? Is this going to be a cakewalk? Who knows? So many questions going into the game. I didn't even get the chance to mention Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat, I hope you're doing okay, buddy. Josh Sweat had a neck injury, if anybody didn't know, man. And he had to get rushed to a local hospital for some further testing. And, you know, at least it doesn't sound like he'll be back this year, all right? Hopefully it's a miracle he does come back. Hopefully it's just something a little scared, not that serious, but we're going to find out, all right? We're going to find out about this football team. Where we going to go from here, all right? Is it panic mode? Last week we was nothing to worry about, man. Oh, yeah, man, we went up there. We could have won. You know, we put up 34 points with our backup quarterback. Yeah, everything's all good. Then we come out here this next week, and everything is not good, man. It's your boy TK, the official, man. We're going to go into this week. This is the biggest week of the season. All right, we thought we'd have been resting people by now, man. All right, 3 weeks ago, we thought the starters wouldn't have been playing. We was worrying about rest versus rust. Now we don't have to worry about that. The conversation is over. There is no resting unless we get this bye. It's your boy TK, the official, man. I'm gone.